Sports set for sectional semifinal number 2 here in Marshfield. The 3 seed, Falls Wide Hudson, that's the 2 seed, Hudson Raiders, and 20-7. Audio check. Play-by-play microphone 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, and 1.
Check, 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 check. Audio check, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, I can hear myself now. Okay. Test, 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 test. Audio check, Zaleski Sports, Division I baseball.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Good afternoon from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, Wisconsin. Zaleski Sports presents the WIAA Division I Sectional Semifinal. Game 2 today will feature a pair of teams from the Big Rivers Conference. Local rivals, the number 3 seed River Falls Wildcats with an overall record of 21-4 against the number 2 seed Hudson Raiders, who come in at 20-7. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bob Radovich, joined up here in the broadcast booth by Greg Peters. And Greg, boy, you talk about a local rivalry, two teams that know each other so well, guys that grew up playing against each other. Now they're meeting in a sectional semifinal. This ought to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the parents know each other real well too, Bob. And they're 8 miles apart, and these guys have played against each other numerous times in travel ball and high school ball. And the last time the Wildcats lost was to Hudson. They've reeled off 11 wins in a row, and all the way into the section semifinals today.
Let's talk about the pitching matchup. The Raiders will go with Braden Bezanson. I had a chance to see him at Carson Park this year, and he pitched 5 innings of no-hit ball. You look at him, he doesn't, he's not the 6'4", 225-pound pitcher, but he is crafty, and he can get the ball up there really quickly, mixes his pitches really well.
Yeah, Bezanson's going to Maryville University. It's a Division II school in Down, and if you can guess this, Bob, I'll give you $1 million. It's in Town and Country, Missouri.
I have never been there.
No, me neither.
I've never been there. Town and Country, it sounds nice, though.
Yeah, Maryville University. And one other thing about Bezanson, he is a dual citizen. He's a dual citizen of the United States and Canada.
How about that?
And if you can believe this, his favorite 2 baseball teams are the Brewers and the Blue Jays.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. River Falls will counter with Auden Pankinen, and boy, he's a young man who's put up some impressive stats this season.
Well, I tell you what, Pankinen has he's the third leading strikeout getter in the BRC, but tops on the Wildcats. So he has, let me see here, 62 strikeouts on the year, just 23 walks, pitched 47 in the third innings. He's 5-2 on the season. He's a junior and throws 90 plus. He's a guy that college coaches are salivating over.
You've watched these two teams play against each other. I've seen them when they've come to Carson Park to play the Eau Claire schools. Does anyone have an edge in this matchup, or is this truly a coin flip?
Well, one of the interesting things, I would say Hudson has the edge on paper, Bob. They hit the ball extremely well. They've scored a ton of runs, outscored just in the BRC games, outscored their opponents by over 50 runs. One thing about the Wildcats, though, Bob, the Wildcats have 3 hitters that are hitting above 300, but 7 hitters that are hitting above 300 with runners in scoring position. So the Wildcats, they seem like they're kind of the cardiac kids, but boy, Hudson, they just hit the ball. They hit the ball well.
Hudson Raiders come into this matchup today having won 8 straight. They lost at Sussex Hamilton back on May 11th. Wildcats, as you mentioned, Greg, they've won 11 straight. They lost at Rice Lake on May 7th. And you look at the Big Rivers this year, even the teams toward the bottom of the conference, when they put their number 1 on the mound, when Rice Lake puts Easton Stone on the mound, they're tough. Stone has got his way to Division II, Minnesota State, Mankato, Menominee when they throw A.J. Zadowski. Top to bottom, everyone's number 1, in a lot of cases their number 2 are top-flight pitchers. This was a really good, really balanced Big Rivers Conference this year.
Very balanced. And Big Rivers Conference, it's one of the tougher conferences in the state in baseball. There is no doubt about that.
Teams being introduced as we speak. Interesting, they're both going with the blue jerseys today, although Hudson wearing the white caps.
They make it tough on a broadcast crew, don't they?
Well, that's why there's 2 of us. We'll have several sets of eyes looking out at things. Weather has cooperated today. It's mostly cloudy, somewhere between partly and mostly cloudy. Wind blowing in a little bit from center field. A little gust here and there. Spacious park, 320 down the foul lines, 367 to the power alleys, 385 in center. So a symmetrical field and a very large foul ground here. That certainly came into play in our first semifinal between Eau Claire North and Stevens Point. if you're going to try to pick a guy off of first and that ball gets away, that runner's going to be on third base.
Yeah, there is a lot of foul ball territory for sure. Mike did a heck of a job in the first game. I listened to that on the drive over here.
Not only that, Mike Wendland, who's graciously agreed to be DJ Mike. So
he's the director.
He's gonna have bump music and coming in and out of breaks. Got Bailey Miller over there running the computer and videographer extraordinaire. We got a full crew here.
Nothing but the best for the section tournament.
And what's nice, Greg, is that you and I don't have to do anything involving any kind of technical aptitude.
And that's a good thing. Mike was very wise for that. When we're doing broadcasts over in Hudson and River Falls, Kevin Westhouse has us doing about 14 things. So this is kind of nice, just being able to watch the game and not have to run the scoreboard and a camera and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah, we can just sit back. We've got our scorebooks out. We can keep a book. And it should be interesting. Here's your defensive lineup for the Raiders. Braden Bezanson, as we mentioned, is on the mound. Hunter Carlson, the Wichita State recruit, behind the plate. Bennett Brathel over at first. Jack Solheid plays second. Sam Abrahamson at third. Landon Zuli is the shortstop. Outfield, left to right, Logan Hagman, Steele Homey, and Jace Metazinski. River Falls batting order. Bryce Bevan, Ben Johnson, Chase McQuaid, the scheduled hitters here in the top of the first inning.
Bob, you'll like to hear this. Bryce Bevan's going to go play football next year at Carleton College. You're an alum of Carleton College.
I am. And you know where the Knights kick off their season?
Where is that?
Pomona Pitzer in California. We're already planning a road trip.
Well, you'll be able to see Bryce Bevan in action on the gridiron.
I'm going to go chat with him. There's a high chopper over the mound. Tough play. Solheid not in time. Bryce Bevan, leadoff single.
Yeah, Bryce Bevan with he's second on the team in stolen bases with 11, so get ready to watch that little game within a game with Bezanson and on the mound, left-hander, and Bevan at first base.
Yeah, you got Bezanson, who's got a real crafty move over there to first, and you got Hunter Carlson, who's got an absolute cannon behind the plate. But this will have the wheels turning for Ryan Bishop and the Wildcats. Ben Johnson, number 2 hitter, handles the bat well.
Yeah, Ben Johnson headed to St. Mary's for baseball next year. A lot of seniors on both teams. 10 for the Wildcats, and I think the Hudson has 7, I believe. I can tell you here in just a second.
St. Mary's has done a lot of good recruiting in the Chippewa Valley and the Big Rivers Conference. Number of Eau Claire guys,
8.
A couple North products. Regis product. Runner goes, swing and a miss. No throw from Carlson. Stolen base, Bryce Bevan. So the Wildcats have something cooking here. Top of 1.
Ben Johnson hitting .238 on the season, .233 with runners in scoring position. But leads the team with 16 walks.
I'm not a betting man, Greg, but I'm going to think that Ben Johnson is going to put one down right here and get that runner over to third.
Ryan Bishop is definitely an old school type of coach, and I think you're right, Bob.
Look at that throw by Carlson, and they got him! Oh my goodness!
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a big-time Division I throw right there from behind the plate.
2-6 on the put. What an absolute cannon from Hunter Carlson. Got Bevan sneaking off of second base.
There's not too many catchers in the state of Wisconsin that are going to make that throw.
He's as good as I've seen, and I've been at Eau Claire since '96, and there have been some good catchers over the years, but he might be on the top of the heap. That one lifted into shallow right center, and that's going to drop. Ben Johnson aboard with this single. So how big is that pickoff play down at second?
Huge. And you can't really say that, that Bevan was napping. I mean, that was a rocket.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get a secondary lead. That's what you're coached to do. But Carlson just came up throwing, and that was just a seed. Here's Chase McQuaid, the catcher.
Chase McQuaid hitting .308 on the season. He's been the top hitter for the Wildcats throughout the season.
Takes a strike from Bezanson.
Chase is headed to Concordia St. Paul next year to play baseball. He's got a good arm behind the plate, too. I I don't know if it's at quite the level Carlson's is, but Chase is a good catcher.
There's another throw from Carlson. This one down to first, but Johnson back in time. Yeah, McQuaid solid, and he seems like he's been in high school for 6 or 7 years. He's always been around. He's just a ball player.
He is.
He's really good defensively. Does an excellent job blocking balls in the dirt. No balls, 2 strikes here to McQuaid.
Yeah, it's going to be tough in the WIAA state playoffs to find 2 better catchers in the same game.
That one ripped to left center. Johnson on his way to third. Ryan Bishop's going to wave him around. Here's the relay throw. Not in time. River Falls strikes first.
Talk about some hustle by Ben Johnson all the way from first base. Chase McQuaid put a wallop on that ball to left center.
So an RBI for McQuaid, and that'll bring up Cade Mueller. Well, and I think that's where knowledge of the other team comes into play, because the way that ball was hit basically split the 2 outfielders, and Ryan Bishop, he had that green light going pretty much from the time that ball dropped on the grass.
Yeah, I think this time of season that Coach Bishop, he's old school, but I think when the time he'll get aggressive too, especially early on.
So it's McQuaid at second with 1 down. Again, go back to that Hunter Carlson pickoff throw down at second. This could have been a really big inning for the Wildcats. Bezanson drops in a strike.
Cade Mueller's headed to Winona State next year, Bob, to play baseball. Ton of kids on Hudson and River Falls matriculating to the next level.
Well, I think it speaks well to those programs, and like we're talking about the big rivers, just so many guys, have that opportunity to go on, and what a wonderful opportunity. If you can go and get an education and play some ball, so much the better.
Absolutely.
That one lifted to right center, and that's down for a hit. River Falls leads it 2-0. As the courtesy runner Tyler Nelson, running for Chase McQuaid, crosses the plate. What a start for the Wildcats. Still just 1 out.
Ty Mannanen hitting .292 on the season. He's headed to Iowa State next year to get into engineering. You have to have an engineering degree, Mike, don't you, to run all the director's equipment?
It wouldn't hurt.
No.
It wouldn't hurt. The best thing I heard about college, and I forget who told me this,
What's
is
that?
you learn how to learn.
That's a good way to do it.
Whatever it is, whether you can apply it or not, you're learning a process. You're learning how to learn. Top of the first inning, we're getting philosophical.
Oh, we have a long way to go too.
We got a lot of material.
I can absolutely tell you without a doubt, Bob, that I've never come to a game with this many sheets of information. I have to learn how to just organize it all here.
Zanson misses outside. River Falls looking to hang a crooked number on the scoreboard here on top of the first. That one's a base hit to right. The hit parade continues for the Wildcats. 5 hits already against Braden Bezanson. And
Bezanson's he's hammering that outside part of the plate, and all the Wildcat hits now, they had that infield single right over the pitcher's mound, and they had Chase McQuaid's bullet to left field, but Wildcat hits have been all to the right side. Just going with the pitch.
And again, that just comes from, knowing your opponent knowing what they're able to do, and now it's going to have to be Byzantskin making the adjustment. But you're right, Greg. River Falls, they're not trying to do too much with that. They're just taking that outside pitch to right field. They're doing a good job of going with it, not trying to pull that.
Pitched, yeah. One of the things, too, looking ahead to, when Hudson gets up to the plate and stuff, so, obviously River Falls has seen Byzantskin quite a bit, but the same is true for Hudson. They've seen Auden Pankinen plenty of times, and they got 5 off Pankinen the last time they played him, although 3 were unearned, but they had, Pankinen throws 90 plus, but again, if you've seen a guy plenty of times, it's helpful.
Cody Olson steps in, bats from the left side. Raiders, they've got the third baseman Abrahamson up. First baseman Brathel is back. Middle infielders at double play depth.
Olson batting .299 on the season.
Little looper. And out at first on a close play. Cody Olson thrown out 6-3, and that was a close one. Runners, though, move up. Mueller now at third. Mannanen down at second for Chase Rudolph, the third baseman.
Rudolph hitting .262 on the year. Just one of a hand, just a couple that his average with runners in scoring position is lower than his regular average.
Key time in this game with 2 runners in scoring position. If Hudson can get out of it, yeah, you're down, but it's 2-0 and you're going to the bottom of the first. There's plenty of time. A little different if there's a 4 up on that scoreboard.
Well, and also could have been a 5. When you talk about a great pickoff play from Hunter Carlson.
Ball and a strike now to Rudolph.
Gorgeous park here in Marshfield.
Yeah, they did a really nice job with the grandstands. That one lined to right, coming on Matazinski, and he makes the grab. But the River Falls Wildcats put up 2 runs, and they lead in this sectional semifinal. Hudson coming to bat when we return. You're watching playoff baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with 0 down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop, whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Shout out to Asher Exteriors, sponsor of our pregame show. Call Asher's for your free no-obligation estimate at 888-GO-ASHER or visit goasher.com. That is goasher.com. Get off the ladder and get gutter helmet with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Trust the experts on your most valuable asset, your home. Give them a call today, 888-GO-ASHER. Landon Zulli, Sam Abrahamson, Hunter Carlson, scheduled hitters here for the Hudson Raiders, bottom of the first inning. Against the right-hander, Auden Pankinen. Chase McQuaid is his catcher. Cody Olson at first. Ben Johnson plays second. Chase Rudolph at third. Caden Mueller at shortstop. Outfield left to right, Austin Curdy, Bryce Bevan, and Henry Zimmerman. Pankinen starts Zulli with the strike.
So you talk about these guys, both guys both teams, knowing each other. So Landon Zulli and Caden Mueller are going to be roommates next year at Winona State playing baseball. Zulli hitting .358 on the season, Bob.
And it's a swing and a miss. Sudden Pankinen records the strikeout. Century 21 Jesperson Group, whether you're buying or selling, turn to the team at Century 21 Jesperson Group. The Jesperson Group has a pulse on the local real estate market, can help you with both existing homes and new builds, and can help you through each step of the process. Contact Jason Jesperson, 715-225-4842, or jjesperson at c21affiliated.com. Step confidently into the real estate world, knowing you've got the Jesperson Group by your side. They make the home buying and selling process simple, not stressful. That's what you get with Century 21 Jesperson Group. Abrahamson deep to right, going back. Zimmerman still going back, and that one's going to drop.
Watch this kid go. He can absolutely fly. Abramson leads the Raiders with 17 stolen bases and also leads them in runs scored with 33. And there's probably a big reason he leads them in runs scored is because he's got Hunter Carlson hitting behind him.
Oh, he was absolutely flying there to get down to second. Could have made a go at it with third, but with Carlson coming up, you like your chances of Carlson driving the ball. And I think, Greg, looking at the way that Zimmerman, the right fielder, got twisted around there, I think you see the strength of that wind. It's blowing from center kind of towards the first baseline, and it just blew the ball away from the right fielder.
Yeah, it's the wind's picked up a little bit. It's probably blowing, what do you think, Mike, probably about 10, 15 miles an hour, something like that. Carlson at the plate hitting .403. He 3 home runs, 30 RBI, 27 runs scored, and 21 walks. He's been the heart of the BRC for sure at the plate. Headed to Wichita State next year. That's a big-time baseball school, Bob.
Yeah, he's a ball player. They're definitely getting a good one.
Some of these guys, too, and a guy like Hunter Carlson, I mean, they signed with Wichita State, but you never know when that Major League draft happens in June. They get picked high enough and around, and the bonus money's big enough, they might not be going to Wichita.
Yeah, that's always, when you get a player like that is put up such good numbers and, doing, the travel ball and the clinics and all that sort of thing. He's got all the measurables, but, even beyond that, he's such a gamer.
He has
an
an absolute cannon behind the plate.
Rolls one down to second base. Nice play, Ben Johnson, to retire Carlson, but the runner Abrahamson moves up to third base, but 2 down here in the bottom half of the first. Here's Logan Hagman, young guy who certainly made an impact this year with the Hudson Raiders. Just a freshman, but you could argue he plays at a senior level.
Absolutely. He's batting .393 on the season. He's second on the team in hits, and he's a good-looking player, too.
Panking in to work out of the windup.
Well, you can hear what 92 miles an hour looks like, can't you?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Pankinen can get it up there, but, yeah, he'll mix in an off-speed pitch, and he's got the whole package.
Pankinen's got some SEC schools talking to him. He hasn't even filled out yet either.
Yeah, he's that guy that you could say, yeah, he projects. Yep, he projects well.
He'll be a high 90s guy before it's all said and done.
And the rest of the Big Rivers Conference is going, we got to see this guy for another year?
No kidding. Logan Hageman does for sure. Just missed on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, this is one of those matchups that you really like to see if you're just a casual fan or broadcasters like us. Is good hitter, good pitcher.
Pankinen seems like he's got a slider going today.
Yeah, that one broke down and away from the right-handed hitting Hagman. Trying to bring that run home and make it a 2-1 game. Got on top of that one. We'll do it again at 3-2.
Yeah, during the break we heard from the public address announcer that Jack Hackman Field is 24 years old, Bob.
Yeah. Oh, nice complex.
It doesn't even looks like it's just a few years. It looks pretty new.
Hagman to left. That's carrying, but camping under it is Austin Curdy. That was a major league fly ball right there.
Yes, it was.
Raiders threaten but do not score after one complete. Your score, River Falls 2, Hudson 0. You're watching WIAA playoff baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
Protect what you have and be ready for the future with help from Eau Claire Farmers Insurance agent Chad Johnson. The Chad Johnson Agency is a full-service agency providing auto, home, and life insurance, as well as other financial services. Contact Chad today at the Eastridge Center, Eau Claire, farmersagent.com, or call 715-834-8123. Do you love sports cards? If so, check out For the Hobby Sports Cards on Birch Street in Eau Claire. That is For the Hobby Sports Cards, located at 1721 Birch Street in Eau Claire. And whether it is water skiing, baseball, or golf, Shepke Chiropractic has got your back for all your sports-related injuries this summer. You can rely on Shepke Chiropractic to get you back in the game. Visit them online, shepkechiropractic.com.
Well, Bob, are you still you got another ad to read?
No.
I was going to say, speaking of the cards, the sports cards, I was reading on ESPN.com that there was a Michael Jordan basketball card. It was a 1-of-1, and it sold for just recently for $2.92 million.
Wow.
Sports cards business is a little bit different than when you and I grew up.
Well, yeah, all the cards that I probably threw away or drew mustaches and beards on guys.
Put them in your spokes on your bike.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. All the stuff you do when you're a young kid.
Yeah.
Henry Zimmerman, Austin Curdy, Bryce Bevins, scheduled hitters against the lefty. Braden Bezanson looking for a shutdown inning here.
So, Bob, Henry Zimmerman, he's the third Winona State baseball guy. So he's the third player that's going to Winona State next year for baseball. You wouldn't be able to guess his what he's going to major in a million years, but it's statistics and Spanish.
Bueno.
Yeah, there you have it.
Yeah. Statistics in Spanish. Well,
yeah.
It's bouncing ball to first, glove by Brathel, then dropped and then thrown away. And a good hustle by Hunter Carlson, as that had disaster written all over it.
Will they score that a hit or an error?
I think that one...
yeah, error on the first baseman.
Error on the first baseman, yep. So Zimmerman is aboard. So right now he's calculating the statistical probability of getting down to second base.
Absolutely.
Would have been a tough play on that slow roller, and it pulled the first baseman Brathel off the bag, tried to backhand it, got a glove on it. Now here's Austin Curdy.
Austin Curdy hitting .268 on the year, and he's headed to Eau Claire to play for the Blue Golds next year, Bob.
Yeah, he'll join a couple of the guys we just saw in the previous game from Eau Claire North, Logan Hesselman and Chase Watkins. I tell you that Blue Gold program.
Yeah,
I think with the group that they've got, the coaching staff that they've got, I think they're gonna start making some strides.
They have a good group coming in. There's no question.
Runner goes. Carlson's throw is right on the money, but just a bit late. Great jump by Zimmerman.
He took his statistics and turned it up a notch.
It's one thing to know the stats, another thing to have wheels.
That's right.
And he's got it both.
You can't coach speed, Bob.
Well, it just opens up so many things that you can do on the base paths. And, we talked about that in the pregame show, Greg, that, Hudson's got the gaudier stats, but River Falls, if they can manufacture runs and move guys around, that's what they'll try to do.
And I can tell they
got another guy picked off.
Carlson did it again.
Third, but he's safe. Great base running, Henry Zimmerman.
He had no hesitation. He knew that throw was going to get him if he would have went back to second, and he took off. Coach Bishop is playing very aggressive, and so far so good if you're a Wildcat fan.
Yeah, Zuli, the shortstop, was ready to put the tag on, but the runner, Zimmerman, already broke for third, and Zuli's throw was high. By the time Abrahamson got the tag down, Zimmerman had slid right underneath him.
Zimmerman with 2 stolen bases on the entire season. He has 2 stolen bases in this game, in the second inning. Webber Zanson has a sharp breaking curveball too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does. He is a pitcher. There are some guys at this level, at the high school level, that throws. He is a true pitcher.
And that was that 1-2 pitch was right where you wanted it to be there. That was a pitcher's pitch. Perfect spot right on the outside corner, right at the knees.
And a big spot in this ball game. River Falls already up 2-0, looking to extend that lead. That one almost got away, and boy, Carlson did all he could to just get a glove on that one and knock it down. Nobody out, top of the second. River Falls threatening. They got Henry Zimmerman at third base, Austin Curdy at the plate.
Curdy 268 on the year, but 304 with runners in scoring position. One of the big reasons the Wildcats have got 21 wins on the year, I'd say probably, if you look at the stats, probably a pretty average hitting team, but runners in scoring position, boy, they excel at the plate.
Good at bat for Curdy. He's forcing Bezanson to throw a lot of pitches.
Good crowd on hand today.
Yeah, this is the game that the folks really put the miles on the car, driving from Hudson and River Falls all the way to Marshfield. Lifted to left. Long run for Hagman. And that one's going to clear the fence. The good news for everybody from River Falls and Hudson is that they played the second game of the day. And not that 10 a.m. start. That would have been a really early wake-up call.
It would have been. Stevens Point looked really good today too. I was watching had my eyes on the road, Bob, but I was listening to Mike's broadcast, and boy, they look like they're pretty strong top to bottom too.
Yeah, and Marshke, their starting pitcher, went 4 2/3, and so he still got 38 pitches, Mike, that he could come back in that championship game.
So whoever wins this one, River Falls or Hudson, they're definitely going to see Marshke in the third game.
Probably won't start, but if need be, coming in on relief. But these two teams can't be worried about what's going to happen at 4 o'clock. You got to just dial it in. That one foul at the plate.
Well, Braden Bezanson, he is 8-1 on the season. 46 and 2/3 innings pitched, 69 Ks and 22 walks. So he's been tough on the mound all year.
Today, though, it's been River Falls swinging the bat well, having really good approaches at the plate. That one is low, and Austin Curdy works a walk.
That was a heck of an at-bat by Curdy. I wasn't counting the pitches, but that had to have been close to a 10-pitch at-bat.
Back to the top of the order, Bryce Bevan. He got it started with the single. Stole second, then got picked off by the catcher, Hunter Carlson. And speaking of Carlson, he's out talking to his lefty, Braden Bezanson, who has seen a lot of traffic on the base paths so far in this one.
Bryce Bevan leads the whole BRC in triples this year with 3.
Bevan pops one up. Carlson can't quite get there. We've seen River Falls coach Ryan Bishop being very aggressive early. We'll see what he has cooked up here with runners at the corners and nobody out.
Bevan swinging on the first pitch. Look for Bezanson to probably try to give him something outside if he pulls it to the shortstop to try to get a little double play for the Raiders.
Decent lead over there at first by Curdy, but he stays put, 1-1. Line to center and down for a base hit. RBI single, Bryce Bevan. It's 3-0.
Bevan 2 for 2 on the day.
Henry Zimmerman scores. Austin Curdy moves down to second. And we have activity in the Hudson bullpen. They got a lefty throwing down there. And it's one of those things, Greg, you know, a lot of times during the season you'd have a longer leash with your starter. Maybe you let him work through some things. When you get to the playoffs and it's a one-and-done situation, you're going to have to, you know, pull all the levers that you can.
Yeah, my guess is it's Aaron Schweckler is in the bullpen for. I can't see it from here, but I would have to guess it would be Schweckler.
Bunt is down from Ben Johnson. And nobody is there as the second baseman late in covering.
And the Raiders
are loaded.
Yeah, the Raiders just not doing the little things right so far today.
So it's an infield bunt single for Ben Johnson, and that brings up Chase McQuaid, who knocked in a run with a base hit in the first inning. So this is setting up exactly how you'd want it for River Falls.
Chase McQuaid at 308 on the season, 345 with runners in scoring position, and he has 1 home run on the year.
Good pitch from Bezanson, breaking ball that catches the inside corner.
Well, Wildcats being very aggressive at the plate, making Hudson make plays with bunts and
line to left center, and that's going to drop. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in, 5-0 River Falls.
Chase McQuaid has ripped 2 of them. First inning and second inning, he has tattooed them.
Austin Curdy scores, Bryce Bevan scores. Ben Johnson moves down to second. And that might be it for Braden Bezanson, and it is. Quite the development here at Jack Mackman Field in this Division I sectional semifinal. Raiders having to go to the bullpen with nobody out in the second inning and 3 runs already in. We'll tell you about all the changes when we return. You're watching playoff baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Get 2 for $6 cheeseburgers. That's 2 cheeseburgers for just $6 at your nearest A&W All-American Food locations in Altoona, Cadott, Withee, Spencer, and now open in Colby. New pitcher for Hudson is Landon Zulli, who moves to the mound from shortstop. Jace Matazinski is now playing short. Braden Bezanson, the starting pitcher, is now out in right field.
Zulli with 26 and a third innings pitched on the season. He leads the team in saves with 5. He has 21 Ks, but also 20 walks on the year.
Delivers outside to Caden Mueller. He had an RBI single in that 2-run first inning. Wildcats 3 across. Here in inning number 2, still nobody out. Ground ball left side. Matazinski had problems getting it out of the glove. And isn't that how it goes? You make a defensive change, the ball finds the guy in the new defensive spot. Matazinski just couldn't dig it out.
Yeah, and it just right now for the Raiders in the field, it's just you can just sort of hear the bolts on the wheels coming off.
Here's the DH, Ty Mannanen. He singled in that first inning. Boy, a big opportunity to hang a crooked number on the scoreboard for the Wildcats. Raiders will bring the infield in. Zulli delivers outside. Lifted in the air right side. The first baseman, Brathel, coming in. He had to make a really long run there, but he made the grab for out number 1.
Just the first out of the inning.
Here's Cody Olson, the 8th batter to come up here in top of the 2nd. Raiders looking for that ground ball to get out of this jam and keep it to a 5-run ball game.
Cody Olson going to play football next season, Bob, at University of Wisconsin River Falls. Going to study business. And the Wildcats have been all business here today so far in the first 2 innings.
Boy, that they have. Yeah, it is. Some guys like to get away for college. Other guys, hey, everything I want is right here.
Yeah, the Falcons over at UWRF, they've been putting together some teams here lately, too, in the last few years. Coach Matt Walker.
Yeah, Coach Walker's done an excellent job and gotten that program back. Had a couple close calls last year that kept them from making a long playoff run, but, yeah, they are sitting pretty good. Zulli delivers outside. And the count is 3-0 on Olson.
Boy, the sun's shining, but there's some rain coming down.
Yeah, there's definitely raindrops. There's a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. I think that was part of the logic for getting this game started at 12:53 p.m. rather than wait till 1 o'clock on the dot. Game 1 was a pretty crisply played game. Line to left, base hit. 1 run is in. They're going to hold Tyler Nelson over there at third base. It's an RBI single for Cody Olson, and the merry-go-round continues spinning here. Ben Johnson comes around to score.
Yeah, Cody Olson, he's batting 299 on the season, but 357 with runners in scoring position.
Here's Chase Rudolph. 6-0 River Falls. And they've got him loaded here in the second inning. And boy, not what we expected. We figured a nail-biter, 7-inning back-and-forth game. But River Falls is on the verge of blowing this thing open.
I did not see this one coming at all, Bob. Well, one of the things, in an inning as long as this has been, you have to almost get Pankinen up. He's going to tight on the bench, just sitting there for so long.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's, on the one hand, you've got to be happy. His guys are getting him run support. On the other hand, he's got to stay loose. And, at some point, he's got a job to do. He's got to go back out on the mound. Lifted in the air. First baseman Brathel in foul ground makes the grab. So Rudolph is retired. That'll bring up Henry Zimmerman. He got this inning started. He reached on an error, stole a couple bases, was nearly picked off at second base by the catcher Carlson, but turned it into a stolen base.
Bennett Brathall for the Raiders has both. Is that Bennett Brathall playing first?
That is correct.
Yeah. He's got both putouts for the Raiders in the top of the second.
And they were both kind of tricky plays. The way the wind is kind of shifting around now. It's kind of blowing straight in now from center. Nice curveball from Zuli.
That was nasty. Zimmerman led this whole thing off with a shot over to first. It was an error. And he's the 10th batter of the inning, correct?
Yep. They batted around here in the second.
Wildcats with 9 hits on the day. Raiders just 1.
Zimmerman keeps the at-bat going here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Little roller to third. Scoop up by Abrahamson. He'll get the out at the bag, but a 4-run top of the second has River Falls on top 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. You're watching playoff high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call to your first sip to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
All right. We're coming back here for the bottom of the second inning. We'd like to thank First National Bank of River Falls for sponsoring today's WIAA playoff game. All the fine folks down at First National Bank of River Falls, Jeff Johnson. Also in downtown Prescott, thanks again, First National Bank of River Falls.
Braden Bezanson to lead it off for the Raiders. Bezanson started on the mound for Hudson. got chased in that second inning, is now playing out in right field. So he'll have to refocus and get out of pitching mode and get into playing defense and swinging the bat mode.
Yeah, and he definitely can get in swinging the bat mode. He's 24 RBI on the year, 13 runs scored. He's a good hitter.
Sends that one down and in play, but too far of a run for left fielder Austin Curdy and shortstop Caden Mueller. Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more. For every room, every door, and every window, place your trust in SOS Security of Eau Claire. Herrick and Hart Law Office. They have been on the side of the injured since 1951. Find them at eauclairlaw.com. 1-1 count to Braden Bezanson, who lines it up the middle for a base hit.
That was a good baseball swing right there by Braden Bezanson. Hit it right back where it was pitched.
HS Fence, serving Wisconsin's commercial and residential fencing needs for the last 18 years. HS Fence specializing in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. And I'm guessing the word from Brent Blagan and the Hudson coaching staff is, hey, just chip away. Let's just play our game.
There's plenty of baseball game left.
You can't hit a 6-run homer to tie it.
No.
So just let's do what we do, which is hit the baseball, advance runners, and, let's try to have a big inning.
Jace Matazinski batting .269 on the season. 20 runs scored.
Another young guy with a ton of upside.
He's a good-looking athlete. He's got both batting gloves in the back pocket. He looks like a ball player, Bob.
Steps out there.
You remember Gary Matthews back from the Phillies?
Yeah.
He's got his gloves in the back pocket like former Philly Gary Matthews.
Yeah, he's got 2 pairs of gloves. Matazinski shoots one foul. Jace's mom, speaking of good athletes, Corinne Von Wald.
Yeah, tell him about that.
Was a point guard for the Hudson Raiders, led them to a couple state tournaments, a state title. Went on and finished her college career at the University of Minnesota. Her and Lindsay Whalen were in the backcourt. Janelle McCarville, a Spash product, was in the middle. That one grounded up the middle and threw for a base hit. Bezanson makes the turn. He'll hold up at second base. Yeah, Corinne Von Wald was about as good as I've seen on the basketball court as a guard.
That was a heck of a team the Gophers had. That was it right around the 2004 era?
Yeah. Yep. Von Wald was more of a facilitator and a defender in college, although she could still score. Whalen was the shooter, and McCarville was a post player. And
you said she's
on to the WNBA. Yeah, she's coaching girls.
McCarville's coaching.
Spash.
Coaching high school at Stevens Point.
Here's Bennett Brathall, takes a strike from Pankinen.
Pankinen dialed that one up on the radar gun.
I saw Janelle during the season when her team was over playing at Eau Claire Memorial during the year, and I said, do you ever dust out those old VHS tapes? She goes, no, I just tell them to go look it up on YouTube. Because they're, Coach, could you play? Were you really that good? Look it up. That usually answers the questions. And the answer was yes, she could play. Caden Mueller, the shortstop, trying to sneak in a little bit behind the base runner. Bezanson down at second. 2 on, nobody out. Pankinen delivers outside. Long look from Pankinen. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one just a bit low. 2 balls and a strike.
Bennett Brathall, the 7th hitter in the lineup for the Raiders today.
He's seen a little time on the mound as well. Swing and a miss. Had a big cut. But a nice pitch from Pankinen. if you're River Falls, you'll trade outs. You'll let the runner move up. If you get a chance to turn 2, you'll do that. And with that, McQuaid, the catcher, is going to go have a chat with his pitcher, Auden Pankinen. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They're now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they are changing lives one smile at a time. Call their Marshfield office to set up a free consultation today. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out. Yeah, they're going to call a balk, so the runners will move up.
Well, like you said earlier, Bob, it's still in the bottom of the second inning, so plenty of baseball left, and I'm sure Hudson coaches are just telling their guys to chip away one at bat at a time. Big at bat here for Bennett Brathel.
And that one's outside from Pankinen. Tried to reach back for a little extra, but threw it outside. And again, it's going to be a brief conference on the mound. Castle Insurance, based in Eau Claire, is your local independent insurance provider. For all your insurance needs, you can depend on Castle Insurance. Olympic Flame Restaurant in Eau Claire since 1980. Uncle Apros brought homemade family recipes from Greece, and the tradition continues today at Olympic Flame Restaurant. Eau Claire's best-kept secret, Olympic Flame Greek Restaurant on London Road. 3-2 pitch coming now to Bennett Brathel. Just got a piece and put it off the mask of Chase McQuaid, who's going to look to regroup after that. You can get Culligan Water for just $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com.
Well, Bennett Brathel's got to be looking fastball here. Full count, nobody out. I guess first base is open, but 7th hitter in the lineup. I'm sure Pankinen's just trying not to walk anybody and throw strikes right here.
Bouncing ball up the middle, charged by Mueller. Scoop throw in time to get Brathel, but a run does score, and the Raiders are on the board. So Brathel gets the job done on the 6-3 put out. One down. All right, third is Jace Matazinski. Here's Jack Solheid, the second baseman.
Jack Solheid going to go play baseball at St. Mary's next year, too, as well. Jack Solheid said his fun fact that nobody knows, he's colorblind.
Is that right?
That's what it says on his card. But the baseball's white, so...
Well, exactly, yeah.
It doesn't matter to him.
And, yeah, so he doesn't mind if they're both wearing the blue jerseys.
That's right.
Kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other for him. Well, but kudos to him for, hey, it's a challenge, but you wouldn't know. Takes that pitch just off the black, and River Falls folks were wondering where that one missed.
Yeah, fans from both sides were hollering on that one. One cheering, one not.
Good pitcher's pitch. And another one right there. It's in the dirt. Throw to first, and then Matazinski breaks for home, and he is in.
A heads-up play by Jace Matazinski, because Chase McQuaid threw a bullet down to first, and as soon as he turned to fire, Matazinski took off for home.
So 2 outs. The Raiders have got a couple runs back, and now here's Steele Homey, the center fielder. And Homey's one of those number 9 hitters, Greg, that almost is like a second leadoff guy. Bats from the left side, handles the bat well, runs well.
Yeah, he's got a good eye at the plate, too. 12 walks on the season. Yeah, Steele Homey batting .258 on the season. 12 walks and 6 stolen bases. So, like you said, Bob, he's a kind of your second leadoff hitter in the 9 spot. The Raiders coming to life here in the bottom of the second.
And speaking of steal homie, Jace Matazinski is going to get credit for the stolen base, and since he was coming from third, he stole home.
We teed that one up for you.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
That's a steals on the all-name team and for the WIAA.
Yes, he is. Yes, I would put him on. He's a candidate to be a first-team all-name team.
For sure.
Yeah, when your name is Steal Homie, you should be able to run.
And he can.
Yep.
He was aptly named.
Interesting wind-up there from Pankin, and he really slowed things down once he got into his motion.
He had a little extra kick there at the end.
Yeah. All he needed is to turn his back, and he could have done the full Louis Tiant experience. McQuaid thought that was strike three. He was halfway to the dugout. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on, but the Raiders 2 across.
The umpire said, not today, Chase McQuaid.
And there's a walk. Steal Homie is on back to the top of the order.
That's the part there where, with Auden Pankin, where you can tell he's a junior. It was a questionable call, but he let the bad call get to him, and he tried to smoke that last one and overthrew it and threw a ball.
Back to the top of the order, and Landon Zulli coming to bat. Zulli struck out swinging in the first.
Pitchers got to stay even-keeled if they're hitting you or not hitting you.
Hard hit ball, base hit, Zulli. Inning continues for the Raiders, and they got something cooking. 2 on, 2 outs. Sam Abrahamson coming to bat. Abrahamson doubled in the first inning.
Well, you're coming up to the meat of the order for the Raiders with Abramson and Carlson and Hagman coming up. 2, 3, 4 hitters in the lineup. Raiders trying to make a comeback.
At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Abrahamson steps out, and he was granted time.
Abramson, the top RBI getter for the Raiders with 33 on the season. Also leads the team in stolen bases. He's a heck of a player too.
Pankin taking his time out there, and now I see why, because Caden Mueller, the shortstop, is doing some work with the laces. Stop Construction, a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Stop Construction, a 100% employee-owned company.
The Hudson Raider parents and fans to our right are getting loud in the stands right now.
Ball and no strikes, and now McQuaid going to jog out there and chat with Pankin. And enjoy the benefits of business banking at Security Financial Bank with several options to fit your business. Learn more about business banking at sfbank.com.
Yeah, the first game motored right along, and the second game is at a standstill right here in the second.
Yeah, you've had 9 hits for the Wildcats, 4 for the Raiders. 3 of them coming in this half inning.
I could have driven to Marshfield and back in the second inning.
Probably could have. Yeah. 2 balls, no strikes. Abrahamson takes up and in. Three balls, no strikes. 2 on, 2 out, 2 runs already across for the Hudson Raiders. And there's a 4-pitch walk, and they are loaded for Hunter Carlson.
And if you're a Raiders fan, they're going to be getting loud and proud here with the BRC's top hitter coming to the plate with bases full of Raiders. And Coach Ryan Bishop's going to come out and have a little chat with his junior pitcher, Auden Pankinen.
Whether you are buying or selling, turn to the team at Century 21 Jesperson Group. The Jesperson Group has a pulse on the local real estate market and can help you with both existing homes and new builds, can also assist you through each step of the process. Contact Jason Jesperson, 715-225-4842 or jjesperson at c21affiliated.com. Then step confidently into the real estate world, knowing that you have the Jesperson Group by your side. They make the home buying and selling process simple, not stressful. That's what you get with Century 21 Jesperson Group. Meeting on the mound is over.
Yeah, for all those River Falls fans that are watching today, and they, if you're thinking to yourself, geez, Bob sounds crazy good polished, like a polished seasoned. That's because he is. So some of us over in River Falls get the Eau Claire, WQOW, and then some of us don't, depending on what we get the city stations.
I was fortunate enough to be the sports director there from 1996 to 2018.
Yeah.
Just a fun ride, and best part is just getting to know all the folks and getting to know all the people. It's really one of the best things of sports. It's the people you meet along the way.
Yeah, and you just probably have just an encyclopedia of knowledge of the North Central high school sports scene. And
2-0 now to Hunter Carlson.
Fun to be on the broadcast with you.
Well, and even you look at the Eau Claire Express lineup this year. You got a Hudson guy and Jake Bussin. You got Reagan Pinto from River Falls. A couple guys from Eau Claire North on the team. Eau Claire Memorial with Dylan O'Connell. All guys that are playing college baseball and doing a heck of a job. And then a couple more on the way when you look at Evan Gustafson from Altoona, who's currently playing with Oregon State in the NCAAs. Cole Selvig, his season at Texas just wrapped up.
Yeah, Reagan Pinnow from River Falls had a heck of a freshman season at Augustana out in South Dakota this past year.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. Boston has hit the ball well. Dylan O'Connell's got a home run for the Express. So awesome to have those experiences, awesome to have those teams that allow college players from this area to play at a really high level. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases loaded.
This is a huge at-bat for Hunter Carlson right here.
He slices one to left. Diving catch out there and left by Austin Curdy.
What a catch. That is a highlight real catch by senior Austin Curdy.
Put an asterisk by that one. Saving a couple runs. Raiders get a pair, and after 2 complete, your score, River Falls 6, Hudson 2. You're watching WIAA Playoff Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with 0 down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
Locally rooted and proudly running for 120 years, the First National Bank of River Falls consistently supports the community through donations and volunteer initiatives. First National Bank of River Falls, serving up big bank services with a small town charm.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Protect what you have and be ready for the future with help from Eau Claire Farmers Insurance agent Chad Johnson. The Chad Johnson Agency is a full-service agency providing auto, home, and life insurance as well as other financial services. Contact Chad today at the East Ridge Center, Eau Claire, at farmersagent.com or call 715-834-8123.
Well, how many times have you seen it, Bob? A guy makes a great play in the outfield, and sure enough, he's leading off the next top half of the inning.
As so often happens, I think is the operative cliche there. But
yes, sir.
Heck of a job by the Wildcats.
That could be a game-saving catch right there. That would have scored 2 easily, and it's a nail-biter again, but it's still plenty of ball game left here in the top of the third.
Yeah, I think it was big for the Raiders to get something on the board. But now they're looking for that shutdown inning. Meantime, River Falls would love to get some more distance between themselves and the Raiders. We figured this was going to be a close game, Greg. We aren't sure exactly how you're going to get there.
I thought it would be a low-scoring close game, but looking like it might be the other way.
Yeah, we could have a high-scoring affair here. 1 ball, 1 strike to Austin Curdy leading off here in the third. Nice wrinkle thrown up there by Landon Zulli. Curdy walked and scored in that second inning when River Falls put up 4 runs.
Curdy's second on the team in stolen bases and runs scored. Excuse me, third on the team in runs scored.
Yeah, again, runs well. Handles the bat well. Looking to get something started here. Top of the third. And it's Zulli with the strikeout. Carlson will apply the tag to make it official. 1 down here in the top of the third. Back to the top of the order. Here's Bryce Bevan. He's been on twice, pair of singles. He knocked in a run in the second, came around to score.
Back to the top of the batting order, the center fielder, number 13, Bryce Bevan.
Boy, Zulli's peppering that outside part of the plate.
Rip to left, and it's past Hagman out there in left field. Bevan on his horse, and he'll cruise into second with the double.
Have a day, Bryce Bevan, 3 for 3 at the plate here and just in the top of the third.
Well, that one was hit right at Hagman, and he kind of froze. That's always the hardest ball when you're an outfielder, is that ball that's lined right towards you. And by the time he started heading back, that ball was over him. It was hit well by Bevan. And again, the wind blowing in, I think, knocked that ball down a little bit.
Yeah, he peppered that one. Yeah, Bevan, he had a kind of an infield squibbler in the first, but yeah, the last 2 at-bats, he has squared it up, as they say.
Ben Johnson takes ball 1 from Zulli. Johnson, pair of singles and 2 runs scored.
Ben Johnson probably has the best eye at the plate of all the Wildcats.
And that's a perfect guy to have in that 2-hole.
Yeah, leads the team with 16 walks. Leads the team in runs scored and stolen bases. He's got a lot going on between the ears for this guy.
Fights that one off. 2 balls and a strike. Still a mostly cloudy day here in Marshfield. The sun is peeking out a little bit. Bouncing ball left side, and that's a base hit. Bevan will hold at third. Ben Johnson now 3 for 3. That'll bring up the catcher, Chase McQuaid, who's knocked in 3 runs in this ball game.
He's hit the ball hard, very hard, twice, with a double and a single so far.
Hunter Carlson, the catcher, will go get a new mitt. Not sure if the old one got loose on him, broke a lace. Do you love sports cards? If so, check out For the Hobby Sports Cards on Birch Street in Eau Claire. That is For the Hobby Sports Card. They are located at 1721 Birch Street in Eau Claire. Stop in, say hello to owner Jordan Hagedorn.
It's fun to go to those card stores. I haven't. It's been a little while since I've been in one, but I'm gonna have to stop by that store and check it out.
If you get to Eau Claire, I would definitely recommend it.
It's fun. It's just fun to check out all the.
They just did a card show too at the Eau Claire Indoor Sports Center. He's done that for a couple of years, and boy, that's a lot of fun. There's old and young, and everyone trading cards, and yeah, it's fun stuff.
I don't know when I started it. It's been quite a while though, but I somehow I guess just going to games and you'll get a bobblehead or something at a Brewer game or a Twins game or something, and I just started collecting bobbleheads, and next thing you know, the whole I don't know, I probably had 30 or 40 of them in the basement. My wife has put them back in some boxes on a few of them.
That one skips away from Carlson. It was going to be a stolen base anyway for Ben Johnson. Ball and 2 strikes now to Chase McQuaid.
True story, Bob. I have a Janelle McCarville bobblehead in my.
Are you kidding me?
In my basement.
You'll have to.
I went to a Lynx game.
How about that?
And it was Janelle McCarville bobblehead night.
If there's ever a Spash River Falls matchup in girls hoops, you might have to get her to autograph that.
I will do that.
Whether it is water skiing, baseball, or golf, Shepke Chiropractic has got your back for all your sports-related injuries this summer. You can rely on Shepke Chiropractic to get you back in the game. Visit them online, shepkechiropractic.com.
Well, 2 Wildcats in scoring position for Chase McQuaid here. Chase McQuaid once again batting .308 on the season, .345, Bob, with runners in scoring position.
Infield in for the Raiders. Zuli gets McQuaid swinging. Big out there. 2 down. Runners at second and third, but now the infield can play back. And here's Caden Mueller. He has also got a pair of singles today.
Caden Mueller, the top RBI guy for the Wildcats, 24 on the season. If there's a guy that you want, if Coach Bishop wants at the plate right now in this spot, it is Caden Mueller.
Breaking ball across from Zuli.
Old school baseball fans got to like Caden Mueller's socks.
Oh, yeah, he's going the full stirrup look, showing some white. Yeah, that's definitely old school. Bouncing ball foul, but Mueller now down on the count 0-2. A couple other scores to pass along. Division II. It's a 1-1 score between Notre Dame Mosinee, bottom 4. That game being played in Kakana. They had to have a field change there. Division 4, Pacelli leading Gibraltar 3-0 bottom 2. That one's in a rain delay. Mueller takes upstairs. Royal has won its semifinal in Division 4, so that's going to set up Levi-Strum versus Royal in the Division 4 sectional final. In D1, Arrowhead leading Sussex Hamilton 1-0, bottom of the 4th.
Levi-Strum has a stud on the mound too, don't they?
They've got some arms. Yep.
Is his name Ty Webb? Is that what you said? Oh, Tyler.
Ground ball to second. Solheim, the scoop, the throw, and the Raiders get out of it. Wildcats threaten but do not score. We move to the bottom of the third. Raiders coming to bat, trailing 6-2. You're watching high school playoff baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more for every room, every door, and every window. Place your trust in SOS Security of Eau Claire. Bottom of the third inning from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, second of two semifinal matchups in this Division I sectional. It's the 3 seed, River Falls Wildcats, leading the number 2 seed, Hudson Raiders. Raiders will send up 4, 5, 6 in their order. Logan Hagman, Braden Bazanson, Jace Matazinski against the right-hander Auden Pankinen, who's allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. And Pankinen sails that one right over the head of Hagman. Hagman 0 for 1, flew out to left field in the first. High pop up on the infield. Who's going to get it? It's an adventure and it's dropped. Chase Rudolph, the third baseman, was the guy that called it, but with the wind blowing the way it is, that ball actually wound up on the first base side of the mound. So second error committed by the Wildcats. And here's Braden Bazanson, who singled and scored.
Yeah, Bazanson took a good swing on it and took another good one, but popped it up.
Bryce Bevan, a long run, and he makes the catch. That's another one off the bat. I thought that one was going to carry, but the wind just blew that one back toward the infield. And good thing for Bevan, he got a good jump and he runs well.
Yeah, Bazanson, he squared that one up, but it just went straight up in the air.
Here's Jace Matazinski. Like Bazanson, singled and scored in that second inning. Was actually credited with a stolen base, a steal of home.
$11 hits for the Wildcats, 4 for the Raiders. And 3 of those coming in inning number.
Ball to short. Mueller to Johnson for 1. Relay in time, double play. 6-4-3, just how you draw it up. And the Raiders are retired here in the third. Fourth inning coming up when we come back. You're watching WIAA Playoff Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Locally rooted and proudly running for 120 years, the First National Bank of River Falls consistently supports the community through donations and volunteer initiatives. First National Bank of River Falls, serving up big bank services with a small town charm.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
Inning number 4 here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Second semifinal of this WIAA Division I sectional. First game went to top-seeded Stevens Point, knocking out the 5-seed Eau Claire North. 6-0 was the final in that one. Here it's River Falls, the 3-seed, leading Hudson, the 2-seed, 6-2. And we've got a pitching change for the Hudson Raiders. Sam Abrahamson will take the mound.
Yeah, it would be remiss too, Bob, if we didn't talk about Wildcat head coach Ryan Bishop notching his 300th win last week at the end of the regular season. 300 wins. I think he's been coaching since just about the turn of the century.
Yeah, he's been there a while and he's done a really good job with the program. And for a long time, he's done double duty as both the high school and the Legion coach.
He has. His wife Renee's here today, and she's a teacher in Hudson, so she knows she knows almost all of these kids on both teams. Her daughter Brooklyn was a standout volleyball player for the Wildcats. She just graduated a couple of days ago.
Yep, I remember Brooklyn Bishop covering Big Rivers volleyball. Boy, the BRC was good in volleyball this last year. So many teams were good. The Rice Lake with the Shepley sisters, River Falls had players. Memorial was stacked. North had some quality players. Yeah, it was. I talk about a sport that's just growing in popularity.
It's exploding.
It's taking off.
Absolutely exploding.
Ty Mannon and Cody Olson, Chase Rudolph, scheduled hitters here in the 4th, facing Abrahamson.
Yeah, Coach Bishop has his youngest daughter, Bailey, also plays volleyball. She just finished her sophomore year. She was a standout on the track and field as well.
And you and I were talking before the game of all the volunteers that came together to build First National Bank of River Falls Field. Just a beautiful complex over there, and it's just been a good baseball area. And they've had a good success of sending players on to that next level. Nice pitch there from Abrahamson. Throws Mannanen. One down here in the 4th. But yeah, you get somebody like J.P. Fireeisen pitching for the L.A. Dodgers.
Alex Call's with the Washington Nationals.
I worked. Alex's sister, Bridget, speaking of volleyball, was Bridget Call back in the day at River Falls High School. She was our morning anchor at WQWA.
That's right. Yeah, that's
for a number of years.
So. How many things have come up where we've said, man, that's a small world between you and I?
Always. Well, part of it's age. More so on my part than
mine
yours.
Too.
But,
the older we get,
you're getting there,
the more people we know.
And the better we were.
That's right. That is correct. Well, you talk about Coach Bishop notching 300 wins, but when you talk about the ballpark as well, like really nobody knows this, but Renee Bishop spends, I can't even count how many hours she's in the concession stand running that ballpark in the summer, and that ballpark doesn't run without her. Nobody knows it.
Bouncing ball, Brathel fields and gets to the bag for the out. Well, the saying is that it takes a village.
It does.
And when you can get everybody to kind of buy in, and you get, like I said, you get the J.P. Fireeisens, you get the Alex Calls, you get the Harem brothers that have gone on and done really good things, but are always willing to come back to town and kind of share things with the younger generation. That's how it all kind of keeps going.
Well, here's a great story about that too. Jack Harem, who's he was a big time player for UWF, but he's coaching for the Bucks, for the Milwaukee Bucks. Yep. So he's back for the summer. He's an NBA professional coach, and he's working out with with the middle school girls, teaching them how to go to the basket better in basketball.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is that's all. But I think it's you see that in a lot of areas. There's another nice pitch dropped in there from Abrahamson.
What an inning from Sam Abrahamson. Good
Wildcats
Lord.
are down quickly. Bottom 4 coming up here from Marshfield. You're watching WIAA Playoff Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crop season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Auden Pankinen remains on the mound for the River Falls Wildcats. Here in the 4th inning, he'll face 7, 8, 9 in the Raiders order. Bennett Brathel, Jack Solheide, Steele Homey.
Also, once again, like to say thanks to First National Bank of River Falls for sponsoring today's game, and also say hi to the folks down at Johnny's Bar in River Falls. They got a ton of guys I heard watching today. And a story for you, Bob. J.P. Fireeisen, when he's not pitching for the Los Angeles Dodgers, you're not going to believe this one, but he works part-time as a bartender at Johnny's in the wintertime.
Well, now I know when I'm in River Falls, where I'm going.
Yeah, he's there all the time.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
He has a winter job.
This is like the old days of Major League Baseball. When,
you can't make it up.
They sold cars. They did this, that, and the other.
I know.
I don't think he really has to, but he obviously finds some enjoyment doing it.
He does.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I heard, got a text from Johnny's owner, Dave Dentman. He said there's a pile of people down there listening to you broadcast, Bob.
Well, we appreciate it. I always enjoy when I get over to that part of Western Wisconsin, River Falls, Hudson area. I can run down my list of go-to restaurants. I could do that. But yeah, it's great, and we touched on it, how good this Big Rivers Conference has been, and that one sneaks through. Mueller laid out for it. We saw that in our first game. I think there's some loose dirt down there around that shortstop area, and a couple times shortstops are trying to plant, and then that plant foot just gives way.
Yeah, he lost his footing, but it was pretty well hit by Brathel.
So Brathel is on. Yeah, you look at the Big Rivers guys that are playing in various sports. Solheide squares.
He got Brathel caught in a rundown.
Caught, and he is out.
Chase McQuaid has a rocket of his own, doesn't he?
So retired 2-6 on the caught stealing. Solheide squared a bunt. He didn't get it. And by that time, Brathel was well off the bag. So I'm guessing somebody missed a sign or misread a sign or something along those lines.
Boy, there's a smile on Auden Pankinen's face. Yeah, I haven't seen a smile on his face in a couple innings. He looked a little distraught in inning 2 and was all business in inning 3. There's a smile back on Pankinen's face, and he's still throwing at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, he threw a lot of pitches in that second inning, but he worked a really tidy third inning and getting that.
He let that out.
Thanks to McQuaid.
There was you could call it either way. There were a couple calls he didn't like from the umpire, and he let it get to him. And that's something he'll learn as he gets old. He gets more experience in his baseball career. once that pitch is thrown, you can't do anything about it.
You know, and that's one of the things, you know, you've been involved with sports your whole life as I have. It's, you got to have a short memory.
You do.
Good or bad. You just have to keep moving on. Lifted to the right side. Wynn holds that one up. Ben Johnson makes the grab, and quickly 2 outs here in the bottom half of the fourth. Yeah, we talked about J.P. Fireeyes and Alex Call from River Falls playing in the major leagues.
Marty Harum would have got there, I think, without the COVID year.
Right. A swing and a miss by Steele Homey. Taryn Vavra of Menominee, son of Joe Vavra, former Twins hitting coach, was up with the Orioles last year. Hard hit ball, fair ball.
That was a
Homey rounding
rocket.
First on his way to second. Could be a play there. He is out.
Boy, the Wildcat boys are fired up after that throw.
Great play in the outfield by Henry Zimmerman, hustling over to grab that ball, fired it in, and nailed Homey down at second. Raiders retired in their half of the fourth. Inning number 5 coming up. You're watching WIAA Playoff Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
Welcome back to Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, Wisconsin. 4 complete here in this Division I sectional semifinal. River Falls, the 3 seed, leading Hudson, the 2 seed. 6-2. Wildcats will send up 8-9-1 in their order. Henry Zimmerman, Austin Curdy, Bryce Bevan. Against the right-hander Sam Abrahamson on for his second inning of work.
Well, the first 2 innings, Bob, were marathon innings, and the last 2 have flown right on by.
Zimmerman in the second reached on an error, stole a couple bases, came around to score. And he's got a base hit.
That was an absolute textbook swing by Henry Zimmerman. Took an inside-out swing and just tattooed one to right field.
That'll bring up Austin Curdy. 0 for 1 officially. He walked and scored in the second. Part of that 4-run inning that gave the Wildcats a 6-0 lead. Hudson came back with 2 in the bottom of the second. But nothing but zeros on the scoreboard. Sits. That one lined to right. Base hit. Wildcats, runners at first and second. Nobody out.
Boy, Austin Curdy's having a day too, Bob. Great play in left field. 1 for 2 with a run scored. That's senior leadership right there in bold letters.
Back to the top of the order, and here's Bryce Bevan. 3 for 3, 2 singles, a double, knocked in a run, scored a run.
Nobody hotter on the Wildcats than number 13 right here.
Bevan squares, pops it up. Carlson not going to be able to get that one. River Falls a chance to pad its lead here. Batting in the 5th inning.
And you talk about unselfish play and doing what's best for the team. You know, Bryce Bevan 3 for 3 on the day. He's been, knocking the cover off the ball, and team needs him to bunt, and he squares around and bunts.
Takes that one right on the outside corner. Good pitch from Abrahamson. It's 0-2. Grounded to second. Solheim with the flip to short. They get one, and that's it. Runners at the corners. Bevan aboard with the fielder's choice. Here's Ben Johnson. He's 3 for 3, 3 singles, 2 runs scored.
Good piece of hitting there by Bryce Bevan. Hit it to the right side, and that enabled Zimmerman to get over to the third pretty easily. That's just smart. That's doing the little things right if you're a Wildcat fan.
Yeah, if you're River Falls, if you could just tack on a couple more, that's going to give yourself just a little bit more leeway. Take some of the pressure off. Because you know Hudson, the way Raiders swing the bats, they're capable of putting up a big inning. Pitch just a little upstairs from Abrahamson.
And in high school baseball, too, that with the 100 pitch count that they have, that always factors into teams, too, especially late in the innings here, or late in the game. Both staffs, so Hudson and River Falls, with pretty deep pitching staffs.
Falcons had the runner going there from first, and looks like it was going to be a bunt / squeeze play on.
Coach Bishop has been known to dial up the squeeze plays from time to time, and this would be a perfect spot to do it.
Bouncing ball to second.
Oh, that's
tag made, double play. 4-3 double play. Nicely done by Jack Solheim and the Hudson Raiders. The Wildcats threaten but do not score. Top of 5. Bottom of the 5th coming up. You are watching WIAA Playoff Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Locally rooted and proudly running for 120 years, the First National Bank of River Falls consistently supports the community through donations and volunteer initiatives. First National Bank of River Falls, serving up big bank services with a small town charm.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Hudson Raiders will send the top of the order to the plate here in the bottom half of inning number 5. Landon Zulli, Sam Abrahamson, Hunter Carlson to face the right-hander. Auden Pankin, the junior, has gone the distance so far for the Wildcats, has allowed 2 runs on 6 hits. His teammates charged with 2 errors, but River Falls has also made some excellent defensive plays.
They have. It's been a good ball game. Bob, you getting some shout-outs here over text. First National Bank of River Falls president Jeff Johnson just texted me, and he said he's been watching and listening to you for years and years, and he's having a great time watching the ball game today.
Hello to Jeff. Nice play, Ben Johnson. Bang, bang play at first. Zulli is retired. Yeah, Jeff and Jason Zaleski are old buds.
From way back. I think back in Marshfield.
Yeah.
They worked at they worked together at Marshfield like 20 plus years ago, I think.
Yeah,
I remember
we saw
Jason telling me that this past fall when I talked to him.
Yeah, Jeff will always stop up by our broadcast table when it's River Falls and playing the Eau Claire schools in basketball. Here's Sam Abrahamson. He's been on base twice, a double and a walk. Zuli, who was just retired, is now 1 for 3.
There's been quite a few Johnsons that have come through the boys basketball program at River Falls.
Ground ball down the line. It's fair. Abrahamson takes a big turn, and he'll hold it first.
Sam Abrahamson 2 for 2 with a walk on the day.
So now here's Hunter Carlson, 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly ball out. He had a sinking opposite field liner that Austin Curdy laid out and made a great catch in the second inning for the third out. And that came after the Raiders had already scored 2 and were threatening to get home a few more.
Well, this is mano a mano, River Falls' best arm against the Raiders' best hitter.
Yeah, this is one you would pay money to watch this watch this matchup.
Yeah, Pankinen and Carlson going at it here in the WIAA section semifinals. Is that right, Bob? Section semifinals?
Sectional semifinals, exactly. How many times do you think these guys have matched up in a ball game, going back to youth baseball?
Well, and Carlson's 1 year older, but I assume that it's been double digits for sure. I mean, I bet probably close to 50. That one just missed.
You know, it's definitely different nowadays than it was in your day or even back further into the Stone Ages when I played, where guys from that opposing school, you just did not like them. There wasn't a lot of, mingling. Didn't have the travel ball, didn't have the, all that sort of thing. The camp, you'd go to camp and, maybe you would acknowledge some of those high school rivals.
You might see him out on a Saturday night. And
ooh, boy.
In it. Maybe cordial, maybe not.
Well, if it was the Hibbing drive-in back in sometimes there would be some words exchanged and some looks and the silliness of adolescence, right? 3 balls, 2 strikes to Carlson.
You had to have been pretty close to the Kevin McHale days up in northern Minnesota.
McHale was 2 years ahead of me.
How was watching that guy in high school? Did he dominate in high school?
I'll say this. Our high school, Chisholm High School, and you know a little bit about the Chisholm Blue Streaks because your college teammate Joel McDonald, his dad was my coach, longtime coach at Chisholm, winningest coach in Minnesota history, high school basketball. Chisholm 4-2 against McHale when McHale was a varsity player. Hard hit ball, base hit. Abrahamson on his way to third. Carlson a big turn. He'll hold up at first base.
It's tough to keep Hunter Carlson quiet for an entire game.
Yeah, that's just he swings the bat so well, and he's a disciplined hitter too, and that doesn't always go hand in hand. Power hitters and plate discipline, but he's certainly got the total package. Yeah, going back to McHale, we did not like him. Then he went to college, and now he's one of us.
Sure.
Well, that goes.
My cousin Chad Colander played for the Gophers in the early '90s, and he said McHale would work with him in the summertime, and he said, "You think he's like skinny as a beanpole?" Go ahead.
Lifted high in the air by Logan Hagman. Mueller, the shortstop, makes the grab. Yeah, I watched Chad Colander play for Owatonna.
Yep.
The state high school tournament over in Minnesota.
That's how I met my wife. She grew up across the street from him.
There you could see, again, always comes back to sports.
It does. Yeah, but he said, when Kevin McHale was working him out in the summertime, he said, you'd think he's this skinny beanpole. He said, you can't move him. He's strong as an ox.
Yeah, Kevin McHale.
Thick, too.
And
barrel-chested.
I'll credit the Hibbing coaches that they always taught him to do everything with the ball above his head. Shooting, rebounding, passing, everything was up high. So
he's a top 50 player in the NBA of all time.
Without question. And he kept growing through high school, and he just kept getting better and better and better. And he really, I think, made his biggest jump in the summer between high school and college when he spent the summer down in the Twin Cities playing pickup ball with the likes of Michael Thompson and Ray Williams and those guys.
They had some good teams back then.
They were loaded. There's a line drive up the middle, base hit. Bezanson delivers the RBI. Braden Bezanson saying, Bob, we love this trip down memory lane, but at the same time, we got a ball game here.
That's right. Yeah, Braden Bezanson stung 2 balls and squared up the one in the third inning, but just went sky high. But yeah, Bezansson's hitting the ball well today too.
Bezanson now 2 for 3. Here's Jace Matazinski. It's 1 for 2 with the run scored, singled, and came around in the second. He represents the tying run with 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Takes a strike from Pankinen.
Matazinski hitting .269 on the season.
9 hits for the Raiders. Looking for another one here. Try to cut into that River Falls lead. Lined to right center. Long run. And the outfielders collide. 1 run will score. Here comes a second run. And it's a 6-5 ball game. And
you got to hope Bryce Bevan is okay out there in center.
Yeah, Bevan is down.
He's moving. He is moving.
He's definitely moving, but that was a full-speed collision between Henry Zimmerman and right, Bryce Bevan in center, and you hope Bryce Bevan is okay.
Yeah, Mike Winstead. Is it Winstead, Mike? Is your last name? Winlet. Yeah, Mike Winlet, our director here, thought that it was a shot to maybe his left shoulder. Might be a collarbone, but we won't speculate. But he is moving, so that's a great sign.
So, with this injury delay, we will step aside, and we'll be back with more WIAA playoff baseball right here on Zaleski Sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
Good news for the River Falls Wildcats. Center fielder Bryce Bevan is up and moving around after that collision with right fielder Henry Zimmerman.
Yeah, that ball was just hit very well, but just right in the middle. It was right center, about as right center as you can get. And both players, playing aggressive and going after the ball and banged into one another.
And it appears that Bevan will leave the game. He's walking off with River Falls head coach Ryan Bishop, and you certainly wish the best for Bryce Bevan, a tough competitor. And
he's had a heck of a game today. One thing about Bryce Bevan, too, Bob, he has not had an error the entire season in center field.
Yeah, I saw that when I was looking at the stats to prepare for this game, and that's amazing. That's literally amazing. Especially when you think of center field.
You're going to have a lot of throws.
A lot of throws, and a lot of things. So we certainly wish the best for him.
Yeah, Bryce Bevan, 3 for 4 at the plate today. No errors in center the entire season. That's a big loss for Coach Bishop and the Wildcats. I wish him the best. He's moving both arms pretty good, so I think he hopefully got maybe just a precautionary. Let's see, they got number one.
Actually, I'm gonna apologize. It was not Bryce Bevan. Bryce Bevan is heading back to center field.
Oh, okay,
you're
right.
Zimmerman.
It was Zimmerman.
Zimmerman, number 20. My apologies.
I thought it was Bevan too, Bob.
Yeah, I watched the ball as it rolled away.
I did too.
The way the two players were coming together, I thought that Bevan got the worst of it.
Yeah, Henry. Yeah, it's so. And Tyler Nelson now, he'll come in the game and he'll go to left field. And Bevan will stay in center. And
yeah, Austin Curdy is over in right field.
Yeah, he'll move over to right. Tyler Nelson's a senior. He's been a solid pitcher for the Wildcats this season. And
so Tyler Nelson to left. Austin Curdy over in right field. Bryce Bevan remains in center after that collision with Zimmerman. And that'll bring up Bennett Brathel. And Matazinski making it to second on that 2 RBI single. And we got ourselves a 6-5 game now.
Yeah.
Tying run down at second, go-ahead run.
Brathall singled in the fourth, but then he got picked off by McQuaid on a throw from behind the plate down to second base in the fourth.
Brathall follows that one over the press box here at Jack Hackman Field.
23 hits in today's ballgame, Bob.
Yeah, and that's against the number one pitcher for each team.
Yeah, both solid pitchers.
Yeah. Not sure that anybody expected that, but, sometimes you get that in these sectionals. I know talking to Brent Blagan, the Hudson head coach, before the game, and asked him about when they left and that. And he said, no, they got together and they did some hitting at the school. Then they got on the bus and came over. Did a little bit more hitting in the cages here. So it's 0-2 now to Brathel.
Been a full day of baseball here in Marshfield, Wisconsin.
Yeah, good place to be. Park is in great shape. Fans have showed up.
Bailey, where's a good place to get dinner here in Marshfield? We'll go there.
Swing and a miss. Pankinen gets out of the inning. However, the Raiders score 3 runs. And after 5 complete, your score, River Falls 6, Hudson 5. You're watching WIAA Playoff Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
It's a 1-run ball game as we get set to start inning number 6. WIAA Division I sectional semifinal. Scheduled hitters for River Falls, 3, 4, 5 in their order. Chase McQuaid, Caden Mueller, Ty Mannanen. Against Sam Abrahamson, the third pitcher used by the Hudson Raiders today. Bob Radovich, Greg Peters with you here from Jack Hackman Field. This has been an interesting ball game. And whoever wins this one, Greg, is going to have to regroup quickly and get ready to face the number 1 seed, Stevens Point Panthers.
Yeah, they had a fairly quick and easy time against Eau Claire, but it was sitting down all day too. That's got to do something for you too, just sitting there for 3-4 hours.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of coaches over the years, baseball coaches, and it's like a mixed bag. Some would rather get that first game, leave the park, get something to eat, get some hydration back, and then you come back and loosen up. And others would rather just go bang bang and just kind of keep that momentum going. It just kind of just depends.
Yeah, this has been an intense game from the get-go. It's Hudson's chipped their way back. They've played solid.
Bouncing ball to short, and it scoots through Matazinski. Or check that, Zuli back playing shortstop again.
Just the first error on the day for the Hudson Raiders. Yeah, Chase McQuaid will go back and get his gear on, and number 7, Cal Usgard will come in to pinch run for McQuaid.
Shortstop, number 6, Caden Mueller.
Here's Caden Mueller. 2 for 3, pair of singles. Those coming in the first and second innings.
2 sets of twins here for the Wildcats, the Mannanen brothers and the Usgard brothers. Cal Usgard's dad, Mike, was a big-time ball player. He's from Barron and played football down at Winona State.
Curveball drops in for a strike.
Good baseball player, too.
Well, that Winona program has certainly churned them out over the years. High chopper right side. Solheim will play the bounce. Throw to first in time. Usgard moves down to second base. Mueller retired on the 4-3 putout. Here's Ty Mannanen. 1 for 3. Singled in that 2-run first inning. Abrahamson set. That one misses outside. It's 1-0.
Mannanen batting .310 with runners in scoring position this year. 13 RBI.
That one foul.
Once again, Ty is headed to Iowa State next year. He's going to study engineering. Bob, he's going to be a Cyclone.
That's a fun town, Ames, Iowa.
I've been to one game there. It was a great atmosphere.
Yeah, I covered a couple football games, couple basketball games there. That one's upstairs 2-1.
Who's your favorite Badger basketball player to interview of all time?
You
probably had a ton of them.
Well, yeah, Brian Butch has got that personality. He's entertaining just to chat with. Oh, there's a nice pitch on the inside corner, 2-2. I might even have to go back a little further and say Michael Finley. And I say that because one of my good
he was a good player.
One of my good college buddies' dad was a longtime basketball coach in suburban Chicago and gave me the lowdown on Finley as a freshman. Swing and a miss.
That's a tough pitch right there.
And retired. Yeah, he got totally crossed up there. 2 down now here in the 6th. So there was another player, Brian Kelly, who was a little higher regarded recruit. He was out of Georgia, and I kept saying, Finley, I think, is the guy. Obviously, he went and had a great career with the Badgers, had a nice pro career, and he's on the management side of the Dallas Mavericks now.
Yeah, he was fun to watch.
But just an explosive player. He could do it all. He could shoot it, he could handle it, defend. It's kind of when things started to turn a little bit for Wisconsin men's basketball. It was early 90s. Now the curveball over from Abrahamson. It's 0-2. Raiders a strike away from putting the Wildcats away here. Top of 6. Getting late here at Hackman Field.
Abramson's held the Wildcats in check. He's thrown well.
That one inside. Stevens Point Panthers are here. They're sitting in the bleachers over on the Hudson side. Wearing their red jerseys, getting set for this next ball game. Still kind of up in the air who they'll be facing.
Well, this season, Bob, Cody Olson, if there's been a 2-out rally player up at the plate, number 8, Cody Olson, has been that guy. 357 with runners in scoring position on the season.
He's 1 for 3 today. Had that RBI single in the second. He lifts one to shallow left. Check that. Zuli on the run makes the catch. Wildcats are retired in their half of the 6th. Bottom 6 coming up from Hackman Field when we return. You're watching high school baseball. Playoff baseball on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Bottom of the 6th inning. River Falls leading Hudson 6-5. The Hudson Raiders will send up 8-9-1 in their batting order. Jack Solheid, Steele Homey, Landon Zuli against the righty. Auden Pankinen, the junior, has been on the mound the entire game for the Wildcats. Raiders have gotten to him for 10 hits. Wildcats have also committed a pair of errors. They've turned in some good defensive plays as well. And Pankinen has given his team a chance in this one. Solheid 0 for 2 today.
Solheid had a solid play at second base last inning, I believe, when he kind of made the unassisted double play there and tagged the runner going to second out and then hit for. That was a big double play for the Raiders. Or 2 innings ago,
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah, I think all in all, I think Hudson's kind of settled down and kind of gotten back to their game. River Falls with those 2 first inning runs, 4 more in the second. That one just missed.
Yeah, it's been a tight strike zone today for sure. But pretty been calling it tight for both sides though. Been pretty consistent.
You know, and that's one of the big things at any level really, but especially in high school, is You got to realize what that strike zone is, how the umpire that day is calling it, and then you have to adjust.
Good at bat here by Solheim.
Not seeing anybody getting loose in the River Falls bullpen. Would imagine if Hudson gets a couple base runners, that may change. Solheim spoils another one. It was a good curveball delivered by Pankinen. Solheim got a piece of it.
Catcher Chase McQuaid's kind of showing the umpire up a little bit.
Yeah, he was ready to gun that one down to third.
That's not going to do his pitcher any favors right there doing that.
Pankinen had a bit of a reaction too, and I was just going to have to regroup
He
here.
did it earlier, and that was his second time he's done it, and umpires do not like that.
And it's a walk to Solheim. So the Raiders have the tying run on here in the 6th. And with Steele Homey coming up, who is 0 for 1, we'll see if Brent Blagan wants his team to play a little small ball here. Yeah, with that, Ryan Bishop, the River Falls head coach, is going to walk to the mound.
That was a great at bat by senior Jack Solheim. Jack has one stolen base on the season, so hasn't run a ton, but I know he's got some speed on him.
This is more of it appears let's check on Pankinen and see how he's feeling, and let's go over defensive alignment. But I'm guessing, too, at some point Ryan Bishop is going to say, just play the game.
Yep.
We saw this a couple weeks ago. It was when Chippewa Falls was playing Eau Claire Memorial, and the Chippewa pitcher was not real thrilled with the ball strike call. And the catcher was going to go out and chat with them, and Tri-High coach Mitch Steinmetz came out of the dugout, waved the catcher back behind the plate, waved all the infielders back to their positions, and had a one-on-one with his pitcher. And it was basically just pitch the ball.
Yep.
It was a very simple, very direct message. And that's a tough thing to do. And you know, as a high schooler, you've got so much energy. You're so excited about playing in games like this that sometimes it's harder at that level compared to if you're a major league player and you've been through this time and time again. But again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, just having that short memory.
Well, I wonder if Coach Bishop said something to Chase McQuaid, because Chase McQuaid and the umpire had a very short little conversation, and they both he got a little pat on the back, slap from the ump, so must have.
There are good times for an apology.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
Bunt is down by Homey, fielded by Pankinen. Throw to first for the outs.
Homey did his job.
Solheim moves to second. So, tying run down at second, back to the top of the order, and here's Landon Zulli. 1 for 3, singled in the second.
This could be Zulli's biggest at bat of his senior season.
Pankinen coming up and into Zulli.
Bob, Landon Zulli said he told me he loves to fish, but he's allergic to fish. That's what he said. He should.
How does that work?
Well, he could fish with me, and we'd never catch any, so he'd be all right.
You're allergic to catching fish.
I just can't. They don't like me for some reason.
So Pankinen's pitch count is up there, and so this will be his last hitter. With no action in the bullpen, it's going to be a position player stepping on the mound for the Wildcats. 2 balls and a strike now to Zulli.
I think Wildcats are probably going to throw up either Caden Mueller or Tyler Nelson, I would guess. Possibly.
I said the name Zuli quite a bit in these last couple falls. Landon's cousin Dan was the kicker for UW Eau Claire.
Oh, okay.
Kicker and punter.
I just received another text, Bob. A guy named Chris Larson that lives in River Falls, and Chris, he helps us out on some of the broadcasts as well. And he said he was a crosstown, TV rival of you. He was at the other station.
Oh yeah, I remember Chris. Yeah, well, hello, Chris.
He's watching the game today.
Yeah,
he said to tell you hi.
Hello. I've not seen Chris in years, but yeah, plenty of times shared the sideline with him at various sports. And that one upstairs. Back-to-back walks, or check that, 2 walks this inning, sandwiched around that sack bunt. And Sam Abrahamson will step in. We're going to have a pinch runner down there at second base.
Yeah, left fielder Tyler Nelson's going to come in. He's going to get his pitching glove and come into.
So Tyler Nelson comes on to pitch. Pankinen gets a nice ovation. You know, he didn't have his wipeout stuff going today, but he battled.
He did battle, and he was battling against the Hudson Raiders. You're not gonna face a tougher lineup from top to bottom around. I mean, they hit the ball very well, and he held him in check for 5 runs, but Hudson's in a chance here they've been battling. They're down 6-0 if you're just joining us, and they've chipped their way back 6-5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Hudson was down 2-0 after 1, 6-0 after 1.5. They answered with 2 runs in the bottom half of the 2nd to make it a 6-2 game. They've put up 3 in the 5th, and they're threatening here in the 6th. So the righty Tyler Nelson taking over for Auden Pankinen.
Well, Tyler Nelson throws strikes. He's 5-0 on the year, 28 2/3 innings pitched, 1.95 ERA. He has 34 strikeouts on the year, just 13 walks. So he's not going to beat himself on the mound.
And he's going to face the tough part of this Raiders order. Abrahamson coming up. Carlson on deck. And then Hagman.
Murderer's row for the Raiders.
Austin Curdy back out there in left field now for the Wildcats.
Well, if there's a Wildcat that's pressed to be in a high pressure situation on the mound, it's Tyler Nelson. He is he's as even keeled as they get.
Tough situation here for the right-hander. 1 down, runners at first and second. It's the tying run down there at second. Go ahead run at first. Abrahamson 2 for 3 today. Lifts it in the air to center, and this is trouble. And an over-the-shoulder catch made by Ben Johnson. Are you kidding me?
What a catch by Benny Johnson.
2 down here in the 6th. Wow.
Boy, the wind must have picked up quite a bit. I thought that was going to be a lazy fly ball to center, and that thing... What a play by Ben Johnson.
Yeah, he tracked that one well off the bat, and he didn't give up on it. He kept hustling, and the wind kind of held it up, blew it back a little bit, and he just ran under it, made a over-the-shoulder catch. Now, here's Hunter Carlson, 1 for 3. He was robbed of a hit back in the 2nd inning by Curdy. Carlson takes low. Exactly the guy you'd want at the plate if you're the Hudson Raiders. Carlson takes low.
Carlson said his favorite food to eat of all time is sushi. So he's probably not hanging around. He's probably not having too many one-on-one dinners with Zuli, I'm guessing.
No, not the guy who was allergic to fish.
Yeah.
He's going to have to check out the sushi spots down in Wichita.
Probably a plethora of sushi bars in Wichita, Kansas.
Well, you never know. Here's a strike. 2-1 now to Carlson. High drama here in the sectional semifinal between two longtime rivals.
Hudson Raiders won the Big Rivers Conference this year with a record of 12-2 in conference. Wildcats were second at 10-4.
Long look from Tyler Nelson. Carlson takes low.
Now you got a 393 hitter behind you, but I don't even.
Yeah, I'm thinking through that same thing too. You want to be careful. It's not the end of the world if you put him on, but yeah, then you get another good hitter coming up right behind Carlson. That one ruled a strike. Carlson was out of the box looking to head down to first base.
From here, it looked like it was right at the knees.
Yeah, another one of those pitcher's pitches. Right at the knees. Tyler Nelson looks in for the sign. 3-2 pitch to Hunter Carlson, and that one outside, and the bases are full. Good at bat from Carlson. Wasn't going to pull the trigger unless he saw something to his liking. And this brings up the freshman Logan Hagman, who's 0 for 3 today. Although now River Falls has the righty-righty matchup.
Yeah, and I guess if you had, and we're still just in the bottom of the sixth, but if you had to take your pick with a senior or a freshman, I suppose you'd take the freshman, but Hageman, no slouch at the box either.
Breaking ball misses 1-0.
Hageman leads the Raiders in home runs this year with 4. And second in runs scored. Ton of stolen bases, too. He's a heck of a player. Just a freshman, too.
Takes that one on the inside corner. Nice pitch from Nelson. 2 balls and a strike. Outfield, medium, deep, all the way around, and they're playing Hagman to pull. Breaking ball misses upstairs. 2-1. Golf foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Nelson got Hagman there. A little off-speed stuff, kind of. I think he was looking fastball. Nelson with a good pitcher's pitch right there.
Line up the middle, base hit. Tying run scores. Go-ahead run scores. 2 RBI single. Logan Hagman. The Raiders have come all the way back.
Yeah, that's the biggest hit for freshman Logan Hagman's hit in his young high school career. That's a big-time play right there by the freshman.
Logan Hagman completely shifting momentum to his dugout. Raiders now leading here in the bottom of the 6th.
I have a feeling, Bob, we're going to be hearing Logan Hagman's name quite a few times over the next 3 years.
I would tend to agree with you. Nelson trying to limit the damage. Hard hit ball down the line. Olsen has it. He'll go to the bag for the out, but the Raiders score a pair, and they will try to seal the victory as we move to the 7th inning. You are watching WIAA Playoff Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
Hudson Raiders had trailed this game from the top of the first inning on. But 3 runs in the 5th, 2 more in the 6th. Hudson now leads River Falls 7-6. River Falls will send up 7, 8, 9 in their order. Facing the righty Sam Abrahamson, the third pitcher used by Hudson today.
The 11th hit for the Raiders, that one by Logan Hagman, none bigger.
Yeah, 13 hits for River Falls, 11 for Hudson. Rudolph takes a ball.
Abrahamson still has quite a bit of liveliness on that fastball of his.
Bouncing ball to short. Zuli the pick, the throw in time. 1 down here in the top of the 7th.
Let's see, we got Zimmerman is going to stand to hit.
Zimmerman 1 for 2. He reached on an error, stole a couple bases in the 2nd. Came around to score. He singled in the 5th. Boy, this game an example of how quickly momentum can shift.
Absolutely.
It just seemed like River Falls was in the driver's seat right from the beginning of the game. Went up 6-0 after an inning and a half. Hudson came back with those 2 in the bottom of the 2nd, and next couple innings were scoreless.
Well, and Sam Abrahamson has been just throwing strikes and getting outs. And that's exactly what his head coach needed him to do. Zimmerman had a big-time collision a couple innings ago and left the game, but he's back in here at the plate.
Takes a ball inside. Yeah, that's great to see. Considering that collision was 2 guys going pretty much full speed. Swing and a miss. Wildcats down to their final out.
Abrahamson's jacked up on the mound. He had let loose a yell right there after that strikeout.
Austin Curdy is 1 for 2 officially. Walked and scored in the second. Had a single in his last at-bat. Hit in the air to center. Catch is made by Steele, Homey, and the Raiders rally for the win over the Wildcats 7-6. An amazing comeback for Hudson as the Raiders move on to the Division I sectional championship game.
Boy, that was a great ball game, Bob. Wildcats came out swinging, playing aggressive, stealing bases, hitting the ball, and it pretty much looked like it was the Raiders were just down and out, and then out of nowhere, they came back, and they kept chipping away, and that's your final score right there. Raiders head into the section finals. They'll play Spash here in about 1 hour? Or?
Well, it was a scheduled 4 p.m. start time, and right now, according to my clock, it's 3:17. So I would think they would do what they could to stay on schedule. They're going to have to do a little field maintenance, but then they will probably try to keep it on time. The good news, despite a little shot of rain that we had early in this one, the rains have held off. So I would imagine as soon as they're ready with the field and teams are good to go, it's good to see some embraces there between guys, Chase McQuaid and,
he knows a lot.
A lot of friends, a lot of buddies on that.
Chase McQuaid's mom, Jess, is a teacher in Hudson, so I'm sure she knows a lot of those kids too, and he does obviously as well.
So an outstanding season comes to an end for River Falls. They will finish 21-5. Hudson now 21-7, and the Raiders move on to the championship game. And you know what's funny here, Greg, is when the brackets came out, we were looking at it, and Dave Sparger and I were looking at things, and we thought, well, this team could make a run, and who gets hot at the right time, and Chippewa could be a dark horse with their the way they have the pitching staff lined up. All this, we get through all of that, and what do we get? The 1 seed and the 2 seed.
Yeah. Well, and it's going to be a great game at 4 o'clock, and Hudson they have Aaron Schweckler. I'm assuming he's going to be on the mound for the Raiders. He's been tough all year. He is an outstanding pitcher. He's 6-1 on the season, and Spash is probably gonna. It's gonna be a great ball game, and you could have picked any one of these teams. All 4 of these teams today are good teams.
Yeah, and it's been fun baseball. We got one more for you here on Zaleski Sports. If you're into that channel surfing, if you can do that with your smart TV or computer, whatever it is, we got some other good ones going on. It was Mosinee knocking off Notre Dame, so Mosinee moves on to the Division II sectional final. Pacelli and Gibraltar in D4, they're still in a rain delay. Pacelli leading Gibraltar 3-0, bottom 2. Division 4, that final is set. Olivestrom versus Royal. Division 1 going on. Arrowhead versus Muskego, and St. Mary Catholic is leading Algoma 7-0. 7-3 now. Algoma making a run. So great day of baseball in all divisions, and Greg, it was a pleasure working with you.
It was good to see you.
We'll hopefully see you down the road. We'll give you a holler next time I'm over in your neck of the woods.
Absolutely. We'll take you out to dinner.
Mariachi Loco?
That's a great spot to go.
When I would send our reporters over to cover UW, if UWEC or UW Stott was playing over there, I'd always would have some part-timer from UWEC that were going over there. Of course, they didn't eat.
Yeah.
Because they'd been playing Madden after they got done with class. They forgot to eat, so just slip a bill and go to Mariachi Loco. It's right across from the gym. Get yourself something to eat.
Heck yeah.
We don't want you crabby when you come back to the station. So
you gotta stay fed. You gotta eat.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's the thing. And then that's one of my rules of media. When in doubt, eat.
That's right.
Because you never know. You might be on a tight deadline. You might not get that chance. Anyway, Greg, great working with you. Fantastic season for both of these teams. Hudson moves on. River Falls is done. But a heck of an outing for the Wildcats and Ryan Bishop. That program's certainly in good shape.
Yeah, great ball game. It was a great ball game today. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me, you guys, and we'll see you soon, okay?
All right. So we'll take a break now. Mike Wendlandt and I will be back with the Division I sectional final. That's a scheduled 4 p.m. start. For Greg Peters, my color commentator, I'm Bob Radovich saying good afternoon from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, but keep it here on Zaleski Sports. D1 Sectional Championship coming up right here.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called the labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport, and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip is affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are more active and enjoy their lives.
When I see those people so happy with themselves, so happy with their decision to have this fixed or to go through this process, as scary as it sometimes is. If you don't know what's on the other side, it's so satisfying for me.